Hello, YouTube. Today you're gonna see and hear me talking, but really, if you face this advice straight up, then you're gonna honestly become one of the most exalted people on earth. One of the most exalted people who ever was on earth and is on earth. This is about the Alpha and the Omega. The Alpha means the first, and the Omega means the last. So, people call Jesus Christ first and the last. So who was he and what did he do? Was his real name even Jesus? It's all made up. Why is it important that he's the first and the last? Well, I'll tell you. First means he's from the source, and the last means really the ego. But he didn't have an ego, so how did he do it? That part of his brain that a lot of people use on earth as the ego wasn't even an ego for him, and he made that part of him into something that was unconditional love, that part of his mind. The life force that we get from Source, the source that created us, the source that was here before our body's unique legend here on earth, that was the creator. That's the Alpha, the first. So we're the first and the last, and we make our brain one with our heart. Our heart's the creator, and even before our physical heart existed, that one who gives us life, who sent us here on the journey, the soul, if you will, is the first, and our life force is distributed from our heart first. And that part of our ego who's last, who thinks about our own unique legend here on earth first, can be transformed into something of unconditional love. So we can make the first the last, the impulse, the execution. So if we get life force and that goes into our body somewhere, then we can use our mind to connect with that life force and turn the first and the last into one. And how do you do that? Well, that's unconditional love. That's realizing that you're one with the entire universe. And this one being created the entire reality. So sometimes when your leg moves and you don't know why it moves, if you go with that, then that's going with the first, the Alpha, the source. And if you connect your mind to that, then you'll start living without an ego. And you'll realize that you're equal with everybody. The Almighty works through even the least intelligent of people. And you'll realize that you're one with them. And they are you. And there's a super intelligent being who really uses them to give you hints about how to make it with them, making whatever you create with them alongside whatever, a creation of the heart. The soul is different than the mind for most people, but some people like Jesus, who are one with everything, they connect the soul, which gives the life force through our heart, with the mind. So they connect the source with every part of their being and make everything into one. Connect the heart and the life force inside of our body, that feeling, the feelings of our body, with their mind and their thought processes and everything that they know, and the memories and relations and thought forms with their whole entire world. These are the Alpha and Omega ones. These are the exalted ones. These are the Jesuses and the Buddhas. So basically, this is how Jesus lived. This was his foundation. To be one with the entire reality. No matter what was around him, he could. No matter if there was a very unintelligent person around, he could make everything that each of them are doing a creation of the heart. So it was 100% lovely, and it was the will of his creator, which he called the Divine Father, which some people like me call the heavenly progenitor. Their heavenly progenitor. It's not our physical earth father. It's the entire universe. It's the cosmos and the stars. When the body dies for this unique legend on earth, our souls go out into the stars. The desires of the soul are much different than the wants and desires of the brain. The brain wants something different than the soul desires for people who are not Alpha and Omegas. But if you're Alpha and Omega and you make that one, then your choices will be whole with the entire creation and the life giver for this whole world, from the heart and all the way tapping into the whole body, and eventually the brain and the mind, the first and the last, and the connections of the mind and the heart. So if the soul's desire is your entire reality, then why do some suffer? I'll tell you why. It's because the inner child, through its tricks, really created your whole reality. The inner child is at one with the body and the life force. The life force moves through the body, so the inner child tends to the wounds of the body first before the mind is able to make decisions on what act to carry through. And the life force will damage a certain part of the body until the inner child is able to heal itself. Your inner child, through its tricks, has created all of the suffering in your life. That is the way it is for all people. But when you do not suffer, you're at one with your life force, and you're at one with your inner child, and you're playing and enjoying like a child. No matter how old you are, you're one with the Kundalini. The Kundalini and the life force are one. And this is also one with the will of our heavenly progenitors, which are our souls, who are really one with Source, and they don't stop that life flow between them. They are 100% on par with all the life force that Source gives them. The Prime Source gives them the life force, and they are at one with it. So no matter who's around you, or if you seem like you're not having wealth or anything, you have the ability to be exalted beyond measure. And this comes from the powers given to us by our heavenly progenitors, our parents, who give us our life force. And if you have heightened sensitivities, then don't turn them off and explore them, and don't let that life die. Never let your presence die. Keep your presence alive. It's from God. No matter what's around you, if there's a pile of gold right there and God goes into a pile of dust, then align your mind with the pile of dust first and arrange your thought forms around that. And don't grab the gold until your life force is there. Know the place of light and how the energy comes, and you will prosper beyond any wealth that can be created or desired in this world. You are one with it. It is you.